Okay guys, so we want to quickly go over the limitation of burrs and the types of preps and zirconia versus EMAX, etc. So if we look at this prep, this is a beautiful prep. Margins are great, smooth, continuous, very visible. So a burr like this, a very fine burr, can create this. Okay, these are the EMAX burrs. Just to be clear, EMAX is a very hard material, so you need diamond tipped burrs to do the subtractive manufacturing on it. As a result of that, you will never get as fine margins on EMAX as you can on zirconia, because zirconia is very soft. So the tip of the burrs for zirconia can be even narrower. This is the narrowest that comes for EMAX. Clinically, why this is relevant is you can see that it can create this geometry. But if you do sharp corners, so non-rounded corners, so you see this prep, for example, is very sharp tipped. The crown that the 5-axis mill creates will never seat on this prep. So it will always hit off at the top here. Now, that's fine because the technician will correct it by hand. But from an engineering point of view, why that's relevant is that to mill this in zirconia, for example, is a lot easier. You can actually mill that geometry because the tips are a lot narrower. Why can they be a lot narrower? Because the material is a lot softer. If you tried to create a diamond tip that was narrower than this, it would break while attempting to mill the EMAX. So bear in mind, now, as I said, technician will try to round this internally to get it to seat, but it'll never be as accurate a fit as if done in zirconia. So for EMAX and lithium disilicate, you want kind of rounded corners everywhere. For zirconia, you can afford sharper corners like that. As opposed to something like this, you see this is a bit more rounded, so the mill can definitely do that. Now that's not to say, you know those knife edge preps, you can still do hand layered ceramic on them. And that's really how they achieve those results, but subtractive manufacturing with a mill is very much limited. So something like this, see it's more of a rounded incisal edge, that can be milled easily in EMAX and of course then in zirconia. So yeah, just take the crown off the, yeah. So this is an example of what happens. So because this is a very, very fine edge, so put it back on, it never seats fully. So what we have to do is just remove that crown again, please Diego, and I'll show the inside of it. Inside there, we're having to mill it to get it to seat on this, but it'll just never be, yeah, sit it down there. It'll never be as accurate, you know, and you also end up thinning the material quite a bit. There's also a risk of fracture. So yeah, hope that's clear visually. Thanks.